you mentioned the treasure hunter thing. So I grew up at the beach, and there are people with metal detectors all the time, just scanning back and forth. And there really are like women who lose their rings and their necklaces and bracelets and shit like that on the beach every day. Someone finds that stuff. And I used to be like, that looks pretty cool. Well, about a year or two ahead of me, someone roughly my age bought a metal detector, and they roasted the fuck out of him.
Yeah, it looks gay as shit.
Oh my God. Yeah. They treated him like he was a homeless panhandler, just like looking for treasure in the sand all the time. And,
no, it just looks gay.
It does. And I think he even dressed like a boomer or something, right? Like eyes on and whatever for his treasure hunting. And I was like, nope, that one's off limits. I cannot follow that dream. Not if my
what you're not finding in the sand at the beach? Pussy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if my other dream includes a girlfriend, I can't have this one. This one we gotta let go.
That's one of the Christmas gifts I never got. I used to ask for a metal detector all the time because I too had this fantasy of finding buried treasure. You know, I really never got me that metal detector, and as an adult, I like never went back and got it. I kind of want one now. How much are metal detectors? Is it a good
one?
Those kind you're thinking of, lot.
Mine's like a wand, and I used it as a woodworker. You need to know if something's going to destroy your saw blade. Like people shoot guns into trees, or just chainsaws break, or whatever. Sometimes there's metal fragments. You got to know.
Well, if I can get a good one for $1,000, like a really good one.
Yeah.
All right.
And in where you're from, you'll never make that back.
Never, ever. What are you going to find? Where would you even go?
Right? Maybe look around hard like enough, you'll find an old horseshoe.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. Like maybe go to the boat ramps at Lake Hartwell, like one of the more popular ones in the sand on the sides, and find some stuff. But you'd be better off magnet fishing or something like that around those. I bet you find lots of stuff that got dropped off boats that were unloading and loading right there.
You find a lot of fucking guns out in the river.
Probably. I see those guys find mines and unexploded ordnance sometimes.
What are they? I wonder. I always like, they act like there's mines in every like little creek across America. And I think I've heard them call the police, and the police are like, are you really, you want us to come? They're like, how can you not take this mine seriously? And they're like, it's you we don't take seriously. It's never mine.
There's one of those really popular channels is from my hometown in Indiana, and every time I come across it, because I just recognize the police logo on the side of their cars, and there's like two kids who are like in their 20s, and every fucking video is them pulling a hand grenade out of the river. They're like, 911, we got another one. I grew up in this town. No, this is in northern Indiana.
Yeah, see, that's weird, but in Europe it makes a ton of sense. Like, there was a giant war in France, a couple of them. There's all sorts of shit that's unexploded out there in fields, I'm sure. But why are there hand grenades in the river in Indiana?
Speaking of
for views.
For views. The Europe thing, there's another channel that comes across my feed all the time. It's this guy in Germany who metal detects, and he finds like World War II artifacts. And I swear, like every third video of his that I see is him finding something. It's a German World War II helmet, and then he picks it up, and there's a man's head still inside of it, like a skull. Picking it up every time. They identify like the dog tags, and they return the remains. But he's just so casual every time. He's like, "Oh, we found another helmet." Picks it up. Dude's head, who died 80 years ago, falls out.
I saw one where they found, I think it was a German soldier, but it doesn't matter. They found some soldier's dog tags, and they were like, "Oh, we'll track down who this guy was, look up his like information, maybe get these tags back to his family. I bet they'd appreciate him." Turned out he had went like AWOL and raped a child.
I saw that exact same one.
And then was executed for it by his military. And they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna do all that stuff we said now.
we're actually gonna chuck him right back in the ditch we found him in."
You belong. Jesus, that was a dark one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no hand grenades here, but like I have found a lot of Indian artifacts in my dad's place. Like we would always find arrowheads growing up. I found a really nice quartz arrowhead that was perfect. That's now lost to me. Somebody stole it. People take my things. But
I wanted it.
I guess so. Have you ever found an arrowhead?
I'm not sure. I found things I thought were arrowheads, but I can't just call every triangular rock an arrowhead.
I knew a guy like that. He was one of those guys who's like, yeah, I'm 1/16 Cherokee. And it's like, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Like he grew his hair really long. He was like a white John Redcorn. Like he was embracing that side of his culture way too fucking hard. He had this long greasy hair and like a ponytail, and like it was like held together with like a leather strap in the back. He liked to hunt with a longbow with arrows he made himself.
Yeah.
God never killed anything ever.
Your last name's Stravinsky.
You're a fucking Polak, bro. Get over it. You're not of a Native American. But he would walk along and he'd be like, every rock that was pointy was an arrowhead to him and an artifact from his ancestors. Like he'd be like, oh, there's one. And there's another one. And I'm like, dude, you're just picking up gravel. You're just picking up gravel, you psychopath. Everything was an artifact of that guy. The other thing, I found a fossil when I was in Texas that time. I'm still like, I've got that thing on a shelf in there somewhere. I looked it up. It was like 120 million year old.
What's the nature of it? Is it a rock with an imprint?
I'll get it when I get up.
I can't imagine a snail fossil. So it's the shell?
I'm just going to get it.
Okay. Oh, cool. He's going to go get it. Have you guys ever found a fossil?
Oh, yeah. Well, where I'm from in Indiana is like famous for its limestone.
Mm-hmm.
So it used to be the seabed of like an ancient, it's basically the same situation as the area. I'm assuming he was at Ox Ranch in Texas. Everything's limestone. So he's super stoked about this. There are landscaping rocks out back right now with those same snail shells in them, but we'll let him get excited about it. But all of that limestone like calcified this ancient seabed, 10 million, 30 million, billion, trillion years ago, whatever. I'm not informed on that. But yeah, literally every rock you pick up has like a snail shell in it. Some of it, even like little pieces of gravel. The gravel driveway at the house I used to live at, I used to sit out and just smoke cigarettes. And as I was picking up cigarette butts, I'd pick up the rocks, and like every single one of them has like a conical shell on it.
Really?
It's just, we just grind it into fucking gravel for driveways because it's so common.
Have you found a fossil goblin?
No, dude, I don't go outside enough for that shit.
One time when I was a Boy Scout, I was with someone who found a fossil. Like he knew what he was looking at, and I think he broke it, and you could like see it was like a real thing. But I don't know enough to like spot it while standing up. Like I only see it after you found it for me.
Now I wish I have found a fossil. You'd have feel left out. You gotta go fossil hunting.
See Kyle's snail shell.
Yeah, what do we got?
This is from the Ox Ranch.
I told you.
He did. He predicted this. That's pretty neat, though.
That is very cool. That's big.
Not just a rock. I pictured it was going to be a rock, and you'd have like an
imprint of like a 2D image.
An imprint, but I'm like, if you sliced it, a bisection maybe would be like a better word. But no, that's a big ass.
Yeah, that's like the interior of what I was talking about.
Yeah, the whole thing turned to rock. It was just sitting on the ground in the open, just out there in the Ox Ranch out in Texas. I was like, can I keep this? I really want to. Is he gonna take this? I mean, is this his rock? I mean, it's definitely his.
Right?
Can I pet the rhinos?
I got 2.5 million in my collection that I keep on this 110 acres scattered about.
They'd never seen one before. I was like, have y'all ever seen?
Oh, he hadn't?
No, none of you ever seen one before. One of the interesting things, I think there's like some closed down silver mines on that property. And I don't know, at the time I was there, he hadn't found them all. He had found like one or two of them, but he was like, he was always walking up in the hills with his gun, like going on a little trek, looking for the old silver mine. They had this idea that, I mean, we can open it back up. We can become silver miners. Why not? And it was like, I thought that was pretty cool too. I saw a YouTube channel that does that. He spent years trying to open up an abandoned gold mine, I think. And it became that like scary meme from the internet where you're crawling down into the hole and getting stuck. And he's crawling through this, and then it opens up into a tunnel. And now he's in a gold mine. And it looked like equal parts terrifying and just really fun. Because I want to find, where's the gold at? I want to find some gold.
Dude, you mentioned YouTube channels. Like, I watched this guy, went through like his backlog and like up to current. He bought a big piece of land in Texas, but it was cheap because there's like no water there. It is the most worthless land that you can imagine on American soil. And his plan is to somehow turn it into like a vibrant ecosystem with trees and water and all that stuff. And I'm just going through like just pulling down these videos, just watching it, seeing what he's doing, where he's learning, other people who tried this. He is incredibly unsuccessful. It isn't working at all. The closest he comes is like some plant that's supposed to grow in the desert that he hand waters. He can't get shit to grow on this land. And it's kind of a fascinating journey of this piece of land that goes from worthless to also worthless, but with lots of effort put into it.
It rains here 3 times a year, buddy. You ain't growing shit.
Yeah.
It cracks me up. People try to grow lawns here. Everything's just brown dust.
This guy like digs ditches and tries to plant at the bottom. And I'm like, okay, I get the concept. All the water's going to run to this one thing. And then you'll have a little plant that grows in that part, right? This is drought. No, nothing works. He like trucks in his own water to get anything to like start. And then it dies. And it is just failure after failure after failure.
Has to get a well. Like step one is well.
I don't have the expertise. Like, if you dig in the desert, do you eventually find water? I'm guessing
I don't think
no.
there's any water down here. Yeah, because it always cracks me up every time I come down to Texas, which I've been here for a while now again. But they warn you about the deer or whatever. Well, you all are from the South. Goblin, I'm not sure where you're from.
Chicago.
Chicago. Oh, well, no, it's, Midwest, warm. Deer down here, white-tailed deer down here are about the size of a small dog. They're like, you got to be real careful when you're driving down this road. You might run into a flock of fucking herd of whitetail. I was like, they bounce off the front bumper, no problem.
They're
weigh
about
about
small. I guess
35
this is not enough food to get big and support a tall animal, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Where are they?
I was exaggerating, but
Midwest, Kansas,
Midwest,
Iowa, places like that.
Michigan.
They get big up there. And it seems like, I bet if you look at the genetics, there's like maybe some more mule deer or something else from up even from a northern climate. But in Georgia, they get not nearly as big as the Midwest, but not nearly as small as what I saw in Texas. What it cracked me up was the brush guards in Texas on everybody's trucks. Like sometimes they'll turn them in. It'll look like it's from Mad Max. It'll be a big blade up there or spikes or something. And like those guys don't slow down for deer.
I probably speed up.
And they just explode. But we'd be driving down these lonely roads in Texas, like out in the middle of nowhere, and see 100 deer a night. Like just all aligning the road like they're at a spectator event, just eyes all out in the fields.
And they stay on the side of the road?
I mean, that's where we would see them. For all I know, the entire countryside is rife with them, but we're on the road and we got our headlights shining, full brights. Because again, it's this abandoned road out in the middle of Texas where the speed limit's like 80 or something.